Today I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about, we've touched on this multiple times, and it's just about enjoying the little things, enjoying the little things, because one day you're going to look back and realize they were the big things. It's not the big things, and that's kind of what society has taught us, when we're pursuing these big, huge things, these bigger things in life, we're constantly chasing the stick with the carrot at the end of it. We're so focused on the carrot and getting that thing that is not going to happen on a consistent basis, right? Those things only happen every once in a while. That we're missing all of the stuff that's happening around us all the time, all of the little things that add up, and all those things matter. That's the stuff that is the stuff that really is the quality of life. That's the stuff that adds up to be the big stuff. When you accumulate all of the little things, that is the big stuff. We were talking about that one day, how most of our memories are not these huge, huge, huge things. Those things are in there. They're in the memories, and they are up there. But most of our biggest memories and some of our most precious memories that we really love and are so in deep gratitude for are the really little things, right? Like the kisses, the hugs, the coffee together, the day that, we took off work to spend time with our family, or that we did these things where we made sure we were engaging in the things that we say are the most important stuff, where we're actually taking the actions to be present and appreciate the things that we say are what are most important to us. How we talked about, like, at the end of our lives, if we have that chance to look back, the stuff that we're going to say is the most important to us, did I take the actions and make the choices that support that space first? Or did my choices and actions support chasing the carrot and being blinded to the stuff that was the daily little things that add up to be the big stuff? And it's I can't express how important it is. And those of us who have kids can understand this on a deeper level, I think, because we see the growth of our children. We see how our kids go from being in our belly and not even a glimmer in our eye until they are like these practically grown things. Or for me, mine is grown. He's 21 now. And we see the growth of our children, and we look back and we reflect on all the little things. It's like holding your baby in your arms and holding their little hands, and um, it just even reminds me of that poem, which, I can't even read this poem without crying my eyes out. It's called The Last Time. I think it's called The Last Time. The last time that you're going to wash your kiddo's hair for them, the last time they crawl in bed and cuddle with you in the middle of the night, or the last time that they, do all of these little things. And um, that's truth. The last time you pick your baby up, off of the floor and put them in their own bed, or whatever it is, like, those are those things that if we're not conscious and we're not present in our life experience, we're going to miss those moments. We're going to miss those opportunities to engage in those parts of our relationships that are changing and shifting and growing and expanding. And not sinking into the beauty of that moment, and just how sad to miss out on that stuff that's for us, right? If our kids are never home with us, or if we're never home with our kids, or we're never making time to be doing this stuff with our family or our loved ones, or the people or things that we say are at the top of our priority list, and we're missing out on these special, special moments, these last time moments that potentially we'll never get back again, they're gone. That's it. We don't get them again. They're gone and done, and we either got to be there and enjoy it with them, or we miss it, you know? And this is truly where, like, I think the biggest treasure hunt of our life is in these small moments, and experiencing these things, and creating space for these things to occur. It's that thing of, like, we can't force stuff to happen, right? Like, I can't force, like, oh, this is going to be the last time I ever give my baby a bath, and I'm going to remember it just like this. I'm going to plan it perfectly. No, that's not how it works. It's more just about creating space for things to happen, creating opportunities to engage. I don't know if this is going to be the last time I get to bathe my kiddo. I don't know if this is the last time I'm going to put a band-aid on their knee when they hurt themselves. But I'm going to make sure that when they come in, instead of being frustrated and irritated that they're interrupting me while I'm trying to do something on the computer or scrolling through social media or whatever it is that they're trying to get my attention from, that I'm not going to feel annoyed and frustrated and irritated by them coming in and trying to get my attention. I'm going to feel like, okay, I'm going to give you my time. I'm going to give you my energy. I chose to be, this is what I've chosen for myself, this family situation, this husband who's come in and asked me to maybe make him a cup of coffee or something, instead of getting frustrated and irritated, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to engage in this experience with this person that I've chosen to be as in a part of my family or a part of my life experience. I'm going to fill into this exchange of energy with this individual. I'm going to take care of their needs right now because they take care of mine all the time, you know. So paying attention to our reactions, are they in alignment with the way I feel about that person? Or am I just allowing myself to get so caught up in the other stuff that when I'm, being beckoned by these people or things or situations in my life that I'm feeling frustrated, right? And that's just a good gauge to know if I'm checked in or checked out. It's not something to feel guilty or frustrated over, anything like that. It's just like, man, I'm really not being checked in right now. The fact that I'm feeling a little bit of frustration by them wanting my attention or trying to spend time with me or asking me for this thing is showing me that I'm too engaged in this other thing that it can wait. We've been conditioned to think, especially through work with now we have cell phones. I mean, I'm from a day and age where we had a corded phone on the wall in the kitchen or the dining room or whatever, and if you wanted to talk on the phone, you had to go in there and sit on the floor and talk or whatever in front of your whole freaking family. I didn't get a phone in my room until I was, gosh, probably nearly a teenager, just nearly. And we didn't have this constant connection that we do to the people who have expectations of us, like our work, our jobs, our things that we hold ourselves responsible to. And back in the day, we could actually come home, have dinner. There was no disruption from work unless it was an explicit emergency. So we have to learn how to create safe boundaries in our lives. We have to learn how to make sure that the things that we say are the most important are getting the attention that they need, and not just the attention, but my undivided attention, right? Where I'm not constantly looking through something else and focusing my attention on this thing so that when they're trying to engage with me, I'm feeling annoyed. If I'm feeling annoyed, that's showing me that I need to come back. I need to come back to myself. What's my gratitude? What am I happy for? What do I want to experience more of? What's important to me? What are my values? Are my actions and my words and my choices a reflection of those values? Because one moment can change everything. One moment can change everything. And I think we forget that sometimes and I know we get frustrated with this if we're waiting for something specifically, like we're putting all this energy into this thing and we're just waiting for it to come into fruition. When's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? When is this thing that I've been putting all this energy into going to come through for me? Well, it's kind of that watch pot never boils thing, but it's also that thing of just trusting that it's going to occur when it's going to occur. But if you're too distracted to be present for it when it happens, then you're going to miss it, right? And everything can change in one moment. Most of the time, stuff doesn't happen super gradual. Sometimes it does, but a lot of times stuff just happens in an instant. Everything changes in an instant. One moment can change a day. One day can change your entire life. Your life is what actually changes the world. So if all of these things can happen in a moment, can happen in a day, to be present in your life experience is of the utmost importance, because you could miss something that could literally change your entire life and the way that you experience this world. So we're not going to be experts at this clearly because we're human and we do get distracted sometimes, but we can be more conscious with our actions, be more conscious, always asking ourselves, what energy am I feeding? You know, if I find myself getting irritated or why am I frustrated right now? Am I frustrated because, you know, I have to get this thing done, or am I frustrated because I'm trying to put my attention on this thing, but somebody else wants a part of my attention? If this other person wants a part of my attention, is this more important or is this more important? And then I need to choose consciously, where am I giving my attention to? If I have to finish this thing real quick, it's not optional. It is an emergency. It is a thing that I can't put it down. I just say to that person, give me 1 minute, and I'll be with you. And then I do it. I don't just keep on playing with my phone or keep on at the computer or whatever. No, then I do what I say I'm going to do. And I put the thing down and I go engage, right? Excuse me, guys. So don't stay stuck on keep your focus on those things that you think you have to have or that you think you need to get or whatever, or oh gosh, if I don't respond to this email right away, my boss is going to fire me or whatever. If you're not creating safe boundaries for yourself, the people who are your boss or they are in charge, let me be real with you about this. We are dispensable to people when we work for another person, almost all the time. And I don't mean that in an ugly way. It's just the truth. It's the way that the world works, right? In a lot of ways. And it is not their job to make your life and your home life a priority. It's yours. Those people are going to replace you in a day or two. If you chose to leave the job, if you had to quit, if you were no longer useful to them, they're going to replace you in a minute. That fast. No questions asked. So if you're not making the choices that are supportive of your priorities that you say are the most important things to you, you're allowing those people who have no concern for your priorities, no concern for the things that bring you joy and light you up and make you feel like this life is worth living. You have to be the one to create the boundaries within that space. You have to be the one to tell them what you're willing to do and what you're willing not to do, where the boundaries are, as in how far they can come into your home life, how much you're allowing them to take up your time after work, all of these kinds of things. And if you find that there is no way to create balance within that space, then we have to make change, right? We have to look for other options. And that's where people get afraid. Oh my God, I can't look for another job. Oh my God, I can't do that. Well, you can do that, or you can suffer the loss of the things that mean the most to you. That's literally the choice that it boils down to, right? There's not another option. So we really have to be careful about what energy I'm feeding, about how much I let the things outside of me control the stuff that's mine, because I'm the only one who's going to care about it the way I do. They don't care about it the way you do. You do. I don't care what company you work for, how much they say your family. I don't care about that. You care about it more than they do. They might care, they might be concerned to a degree, but you care more. So you have to be the one to set the standard. You have to be the one to set the rules and create the boundaries of what's okay and what's not okay. Because you're never going to get that time back. Once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. It doesn't come back. So make sure you value it for what it is and recognizing you don't get a do-over. Once it's done, it's done. This isn't a video game. This isn't a movie. We only get to do it once, and then that time is forever gone. So I have to make sure that I'm making the choices that I want to have the repercussions of, and that if there's consequences for my action, I know what those things look like. I can stand the consequences of focusing on my priority, or I can deal with the consequences of not focusing on my priorities. There's only two ways that works, okay? And sometimes you'll never know the value of the moment until it's gone. Until it's gone and there's no more chances. So I want to prevent you guys from, not I can't do it for you. I just want to make you see, what it is that we're sacrificing when we make certain choices. You know what I'm saying? Um, that this stuff, we don't get it back. When I don't want you to miss out on stuff and then later on look back and wish you had done something differently. And it's never too late to do those things. It's never too late to start now. It's never too late to say to my family, you know what, I haven't been giving you guys the proper attention or energy or whatever. Or you know what, I haven't been giving enough time to myself to take care of myself and to give myself the nurturing that I need and the self care that I need. I'm going to start now. I'm going to start doing that stuff now. Maybe I invest way too much time in my family and none on myself, right? So this isn't just a work thing. This is also like, this is about alignment in all aspects of our life, which is really what it boils down to. We can't have balance. Balance is kind of just it's an idea, it's a concept. But alignment is what feels good. Alignment is, this resonates with me. So I can create alignment in my life, right? I can make sure that the things that I'm experiencing in my home, in my family, in my work, that they're more in alignment with my needs and who and what I am and what my priorities are and all of those kinds of things. So don't miss out on the little things. The little things are, they really are the big things. You know, waking up to the sounds of your loved ones, putting on comfy clothes for the day, you know, making that cup of coffee for yourself, that ritual of making coffee or hot tea for yourself in the morning. To be able to like go outside and step on your porch, or to be, you know, walking to your car in the morning to get into your car and to be outside and like really experience nature for a minute, feel the wind blowing on you, listen to the birds, look at the beauty around you, absorb the beauty, like really be immersed in your time and space. There's always beauty to be found. So we also have to recognize that my perception can say, oh, I'm late, I'm in a hurry, I'm not going to look at the things around me, I'm just going to get in the car and I'm going to be irritated because I'm running late and blah, blah, blah. Guess what? You can't change it. If you're running late, it's done. It's already done. So why make it worse by missing out on all the little things? Why make it worse by not being immersed in your experience? You can still acknowledge the beauty around you. You can still note that life is still amazing and beautiful and wonderful. Don't let these momentary things take you away completely from being able to come back to yourself. And those are the things that keep us grounded. I feel like the little things keep us grounded. The little things keep us connected. You know, all of those things are the things that are so special. I mean, every day I feel like almost now in my life, I'll be thinking about like, I just want to preserve this moment. I just want to lock it away. I want to remember it, consciously remember it, remember, soak in every detail of this experience. Maybe it's a 2-second thing, you know, maybe I'm just studying my husband while he's sitting there not noticing, or my kid, you know, before he's totally gone and out of my house. Maybe I'm just remembering the way his face looked in a certain space, you know, or any of those things. That's the stuff that I'm going to remember till the day I die. That's the stuff that makes me feel like the richness in my fabric of my life and the connectedness, the contribution that comes from all of the people that I'm connected to that help to create this interwoven fabric that I get to experience, and just the special beauty that comes from within that. Everything else takes a back seat. When you are so focused on that beauty, when you are searching for those things, you're looking for them, you're seeking them out, you're creating space for the magic to happen. Like, that's that stuff, man, and it's indelible. They're marked on your mind, on your heart. That's the stuff you get to take with you. That's the stuff that as I transition out of this world, or not out of this world, but out of this embodiment and into a new embodiment, energetic embodiment, that's the stuff I get to keep. I may not clearly remember every detail from one experience to the next, but it's in there. It's a part of my being, it's a part of my heart. So I just wanted to remind you guys as we're finishing up, just to really strive to be present, to really strive to protect the things that you say are your priorities to truly make them the priority. If we're just saying it, it's just a nice thought. It's just a nice idea that I want to protect these things. I want to spend more time with these things. It's just a nice idea unless I'm taking the time off work, unless I'm being present, putting the phone down, stepping away from the computer, unless I'm walking outside with my people that I love and making opportunities for us to connect, sitting around the fire so that we can talk and share memories and remember all the fun stuff, and taking the time to study the people who I love's faces and remembering what it feels like to kiss my baby's forehead and all of this stuff. If I'm not fully immersed in it, I don't get to take that stuff with me because I don't get the experience at all. So I just want you guys to be able to create those indelible memories for yourself, those things that are burned in your heart and your mind. I want that to be a part of your daily experience where you're feeling that thing of like, I want to remember this. I want to burn this in my mind. I want to burn this in my heart because this feels so beautiful, so special, so wonderful, you know? So just remembering to be present, to look for the stuff, to create the space for the things to happen, for those opportunities to occur, to remember that when you're in the experiences, like how amazing and special they are, that, this could be the last time that this happens. This could be the only ever time I get to do this. Like we talk about living each day like it's our last. What would I do if I knew this was my last day on earth? How would I treat the people I love? How would I treat other, the experiences that I'm having in my life? How would I treat myself if I knew that this was my last day on earth? How would I do that? And then make that a constant where, I'm treating every day as if it were the most important day every day, where people around me knew exactly how I felt all the time. Every day where I was treating myself as if I were special and precious and wonderful and amazing and miraculous. Every day I'm treating myself, the people, and the situations in my life like it could be the last time. And truly, 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 we don't know that it isn't. So don't waste your time focusing on the things that aren't what you want to invest your time in. Make sure that we're giving the proper attention to the things that we say are the priority, and really, really be present for it. Put the stuff away. Technology has really, really uh, become this insidious thing that we have to be really careful with because it can become very addictive. We're getting this validation through our phone. People are talking to us. We're feeling connected, all this stuff. I might be in this virtual connectivity with people who I don't even see on a daily basis. Probably don't care about half of them on a certain level, right? Not that I don't care about them, they're just not my immediate concern. I'm spending more time investing in that crap potentially than I am in the stuff that really, really matters, right? So let's look at the reality of the situation. How am I truly investing my time and energy today? Thinking about that during our practice. How am I truly investing my time and energy? Is it reflective of what I want to invest my time and energy in, which would be the priorities, the values that I have? Are my time and energy being invested in the things that are the very most important to me? And if they are not, how can I edit that? How can I start to show that these are the most important things through my actions and my choices and my words and my behaviors, right? My beliefs, all of that stuff. How can I support this? So let's just start thinking about that today. Coming into our easy seat. Just close your eyes. Take a moment to breathe. Not feeling guilty about getting sucked up into the social programs and the way that the world outside of us wants to perform. Not getting hung up on the guilt or the shame about how I've been spending my time up until now that hasn't been serving me. The best way we can honor that feeling of guilt that comes up inside of us when we know we're not doing something that we should be doing is to change our behavior. Not just to think about changing it, but to actually take the actions that change the behavior that create the safer space for the thing that we're feeling guilt over, right? That's the best way we can honor that guilt, that feeling of knowing that something's not in alignment. Allow the guilt or the shame to be the teacher that helps me edit my behavior to support and uplift the things that matter the most to me. Nice long straight spine. Inhale deeply. Exhale, releasing the chin to the chest. And we're going to begin to take some gentle neck circles in a counterclockwise rotation this morning, starting by drawing that rotation to the left side, or excuse me, the right side. Moving nice and slow, matching the breath with the movement. Inhaling from the front to the back, exhaling from the back to the front. Moving at your own rate. Taking that movement as fast or as slow as you need to, always protecting the neck. The next time you find the chin to the chest, draw the rotation in the opposite direction. Take the gaze back towards the front of the room, keeping the eyes closed. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Exhale, fully and completely releasing all of the stagnant air from the lungs. Inhale deeply. We're going to press the heart space forward past the biceps, and we're going to draw that rotation through the heart space. So we're isolating that movement just to the rib cage, circling, gosh, I can't talk, circling that rib cage around the sits bones. Again, matching the breath to the movement, inhaling from the front to the back and exhaling from the back to the front. Sits bones are grounded into the earth. We're only moving this upper part of our torso. Next time you find yourself towards the front of that rotation, draw it in the opposite direction. This movement is really good for releasing any of those energetic blockages of the heart space, allowing us to lead more fully and completely with our heart, What is the desire of the heart? What is important to the heart? What does the heart hold sacred? What is the priority and the value of that space? Always choosing, always acting from that space, that knowledge, that truth of my own being. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, fully releasing all of that oxygen. Inhaling deeply. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips and begin to take your Sufi grind. Taking that movement as deep as you want to, or keeping the crown of the head parallel to the sky. Just listen to your body and take the depth of movement that's necessary for you this morning. Take that rotation in the opposite direction the next time you're at the front of that circle. Inhale, come up, back into your neutral, easy seat. Take a couple deep breaths. On that second exhalation, releasing those hands outside of the hips. Inhale and draw the arms overhead, reaching through the fingertips. Exhale, take the left hand behind the left glute. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee and take that final twist. Only gazing over the shoulder if it feels safe on the neck. Never pressing into pain or tingling or numbness. Knowing my body and its limitations and honoring that space. Untwisting the spine on your next inhalation. Reach those fingers into the sky. Exhale, take it to the opposite direction. Right hand comes behind the right glute. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Gazing over the right shoulder this time. Untwisting the spine, reach those arms into the sky. Exhale, release those hands straight down in front of you, just reaching through those arms and releasing the forehead into the earth. On your next inhalation, walking those hands back up towards the body, coming back up into your easy seat. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully and completely. And then inhale, come up into our tabletop position. Shoulders are stacked on top of the wrists. Hips are stacked on top of the knees, and just gently shifting those hips side to side here for a moment, waking the body up. And then coming back into your tabletop position, we're going to inhale, lengthen through the left arm and kick out through the right leg, gazing over the thumb of the left hand. You can flex those toes that are elevated, or you can point through the toes. Just listen to the body. Exhale, release the hand and the knee back into the earth and take it to the opposite side, reaching through the right hand, kicking out through the left leg. Just breathe into that posture. Inhale, take it in. We're going to come into our cat-cow stretches. Inhaling, lifting the gaze, dropping the belly, lifting the tailbone. Take a couple deep breaths before we come into our cat posture. And then exhaling and rounding through the spine, tucking the tailbone first, round through the spine, and then taking the chin to the chest. Allow it to flow like the wave of the ocean. Inhale, lift the gaze. Now drop the belly, and then lifting the tailbone. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, rounding through the spine, taking the chin to the chest. Continuing on, allowing that movement to be nice and fluid, and moving as fast as you feel like your body wants to move this morning. The faster we move the body, the faster we move in this cat-cow posture. The more we move that spinal fluid, the warmer the spine and the body becomes. If you feel like you need to warm the body up to achieve a little deeper flexibility and mobility, then taking the movement a little bit faster. Inhale back into your tabletop position. Take the knees to the edge of the mat, pressing the glutes back towards the heels, reaching through the fingertips for your peaceful warrior posture, dropping the heart into the earth and releasing the forehead to the mat. Taking those deep breaths. Give that heart space permission to sink a little bit closer to the mat, a little closer to the earth. And inhaling and rising back up nice and slow into your tabletop position. Curling the toes under and pressing the hips into the sky for your downward facing dog. Releasing the heels into the earth. Feeling that nice deep stretch in the back of those legs as you press the belly towards the thighs. And then inhale, gazing towards the hands, stepping or floating towards the top of the mat. Hanging in your forward fold, keeping those feet about hip-width distance apart. You can pick up the toes and gently rest them back down into the earth, starting with the pinky toe and working your way towards the big toe. Opening up space in those feet where they stay constricted in those shoes all day long. We want to open them up. Those feet are supposed to be nice and broad and flat. They call them yoga feet when you've been doing yoga for a long time because there's actually space between your toes. Tuck your pinkies into opposite elbows if you want to, or keep the hands grounded into the earth, but releasing the crown of the head to the mat. No support. Just allow that head to hang. And just gazing at the feet and just being in deep, deep gratitude for everything that those feet do. All of the movement, all of the support, taking us all of the places that we want to go. And then really, really nice and slow, rolling up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Head is the last thing to come up as you draw those fingertips into the sky. Take the palms to touch and exhale, release all the way down. Inhale, rising up, rolling up through the spine, nice and slow. Arms come overhead. Palms come to touch and exhale, release it to the earth. One more time, rolling it up. Take those palms into prayer pose and drop them into the earth. Inhaling and rolling up. Arms come overhead. Reaching through the fingertips. Knees are just ever so slightly bent, about hip width distance apart. Reach through those fingertips and exhale, drop the hands behind the back and clasp them. We're going to bend through our knees. Spine is nice and long and straight. Crown of the head is shining into the sky. Inhale deeply. And then exhale, folding forward, releasing the belly and then the chest to the thighs. Crown of the head hangs towards the earth. Those fists come away from the body and draw them into the sky. Taking those deep breaths. Inhale deeply and using that core strength, inhale, rising back up, drawing the arms overhead, clasping the hands. Pointer fingers come directly into the sky, crossing one thumb over the other. Reach those fingertips into the sky on your inhalation. Exhale, drop the fingertips towards the left or the right side. Inhale, rising up. Stretch through the length of your body and then exhale, take it to the opposite side. Inhaling up. Using those biceps to squeeze those ears. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, drop the fingers back, taking the gaze towards the ceiling if it feels safe on the neck. Releasing the crown of the head to the back wall, only if it feels safe. Inhale, slowly and gently rising back up. Exhale, slowly releasing the hands. All the way down, mountain pose. Palms of the hands come forward as the arms gently frame the body. Grounding through the feet, we're going to come into a balancing posture. We're going to start with our tree pose. So dropping the shoulders back and down, grounding through your left leg. We're going to kick out through our right, taking that kickstand posture, gently resting the heel just over the ankle of the left leg. You can take your hands into prayer pose. That can be your fullest expression of tree this morning. You can take it up onto the calf. You can take it up into the thigh. You can come into lotus pose. Just listen to your body and whatever feels safe this morning. And then if and when you're ready, you can reach those arms upward into the sky, growing the branches of those trees. upward towards the sun. Really nice and slow. Exhale, take the hands back to the center of the chest. Knee comes to the front of the room. Release the foot into the earth and pedal it out so that we can take it to the opposite side. So grounding and then lengthening through the right leg. Kickstand the left. And then drawing yourself into your deepest expression of this posture. The same posture you took on the right side, you're going to take it on the left side. Focusing on that drusty gaze, that one point of focus on the wall, on the floor. Reaching those arms upward into the sky for your tree pose if that feels comfortable and safe. Exhale, take it in. Release that foot and pedal it out. Grounding through your left leg again, sinking into the earth, feeling those roots growing out from that foot. We're going to come up, grabbing onto just underneath the knee joint. So don't grab onto the knee. You're going to grab onto the knee, just under the knee joint, more towards the shin, the top of the shin there. And just inhale and breathe into that space. If you feel like opening it up, you can. Take it back in. Releasing the foot into the earth, pedaling it out. We're going to take it to the opposite side. So grounding through the right leg this time, visualizing those roots growing out from the bottom of the foot, connecting you into the earth. Pick up the toes, creating space in between so that you have a nice pedestal there, rooting you into the earth. Opening up the right hand. Whenever you're ready, inhale, grasping onto the top of the shin under the knee joint, and breathing into that space. If you can open up, go ahead and open that knee. Take it in. That left side's a little bit harder for me this morning. Right side felt a little more grounded. Right side is that pranic side, where we're taking energy in and up. Left side is the aponic side. Energy comes down and out. They say that this is our sacred masculine side on the right, divine feminine on the left. So we can kind of see what areas are a little less in alignment, when we're doing some of these exercises. So pedal it out. Inhaling and arms come overhead. Exhale, cactus it out. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other as you press the heart space forward. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, releasing those hands into the earth and stepping it back for your downward dog. Beginning on the left side, we're going to inhale nice and slow. Kick that leg up. Exhale, bend the knee and rotate the ankle. Inhale, lengthen through the leg, and exhale, pulling it all the way through for your low lunge. And just sink into this posture for a moment. And breathe into this space. Slowly, whenever you're ready, you can inhale, rise up. Draw those fingertips into the sky. Come down onto that knee, right knee. Make sure that your left leg is, the left knee is stacked on top of the left ankle. Pull it back a little bit if you need to here. Take those deep breaths in. And then exhale, drop the hands into heart center, prayer pose. Inhale deeply. And then we're going to drop our right elbow over the left thigh and take a spinal twist. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, rise back up gently and slowly, untwisting that spine. Arms come overhead. Exhale, release the hands back towards that back knee to frame the back knee. And drop the glutes down towards that heel as you lengthen through the left leg and flex those toes. Inhale here. And then exhale, release the chest to the knee, to the thighs. Forehead comes down. Take a couple more deep breaths here. And then inhale, rise back up, drawing the arms overhead. Reach those fingertips into the sky. And exhale, release the left hand inside of the arch of the left foot. And we're going to reach back with our right arm to gently grasp on to that foot or ankle of the right leg and draw the calf towards the thigh for a gentle bind. You can take your gaze over the right shoulder if it feels safe on the neck. And then release that foot nice and slow and gentle. Walk the left foot towards the upper left-hand corner of your mat. And we're going to lengthen through the right leg. Walk those hands up if you need to, so that that left hand is on the inside arch of the left foot, and the right palm is in alignment with that, okay? We're going to come into our lizard pose here. So if you want to stay just like that, that's totally fine. But if you want to take it deeper, you can come down onto your forearms. You can lift up on the knife's edge of that left foot, allowing the sole of the foot to face towards the right side. As you open up that hip, you can curl the toes of the back foot, those right toes, and draw the knee away from the earth here. Just listening to your body and whatever feels best to you this morning. Slowly and gently start to come out of posture, coming up on the forearms first if you were all the way down. Pressing into the palms of the hands, drawing that upper body up away from the earth and lengthening through that space. Releasing the sole of the foot back into the earth. Curling the right toes under, those back toes under. Pressing the knee away from the mat. And we're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine. And press the hips up. Exhale, drop that left foot back to meet the right and pedal it out. Inhale deeply. And then exhale, come into your plank posture. And taking that Chaturanga Dandasana, release the heart space towards the earth. Inhale into your cobra or upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Press the hips into the sky. Step it forward. Or float to the top of the mat, rolling it up. We're going to take it to the opposite side. Inhaling, arms come overhead. Exhaling and cactusing out the arms. Inhale, reach the fingertips into the sky. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, releasing the hands into the earth and stepping it back for your downward facing dog. Taking it to the right side. Inhale, lifting up through the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Rotate the ankle. Inhale, lengthen through the leg. Exhale, round through the spine so that you can pull it all the way through for your low lunge. Once you're grounded, inhale, use your core to rise up. And just breathe into that space. Coming down onto the left knee, releasing the top of the left foot to the earth. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, releasing those hands so that they come back to frame that left leg. Releasing the glutes towards the heel, lengthening through the right leg, flexing the toes. Inhale as you lengthen through the spine. And exhale, drop the belly towards the thighs, releasing the weight of the crown of the head. Inhale, come back up. Arms come overhead. Samastahiti, drop those thumbs into heart center. Take the left elbow, twist through the waist, and drop that elbow over the right thigh, working to draw the thumbs towards the heart center. And untwisting the spine. Inhale, arms come overhead. Releasing the right hand inside the arch of the right foot. Reach back. Take that left leg. Reaching for the shin bone or the foot. Draw the calf towards the thigh. And gazing over the left shoulder if it feels safe. And release that foot nice and slow. Walk the right foot up towards the upper right hand corner of the mat. Take the hands so that the right hand resting inside of the arch of that foot. Left hand is parallel. Lengthen through that back leg. Open up through the right hip. You can come up on the knife's edge of that foot if you want to. Keep it flat into the earth. And then draw yourself into that same expression of lizard's pose on this side as you did on the other. Really, really nice and slow. Start to draw yourself back up. If you're on the forearms, come up. Pressing the hands into the earth, lengthening through the body as you draw that upper body away from the mat. Releasing the sole of the foot back into the earth if you had that right foot up on its knife's edge. Curling the back toes under those left toes. Inhale, press the hips up into the sky so that you can safely draw the right leg back to meet the left, pedal it out. Inhale deeply and then exhale, dropping into that plank posture and releasing the heart space towards the earth, Chaturanga Dandasana. Stepping towards the top of the mat or floating towards that space and hanging in that forward fold. Inhale and rise up. Exhale, chair, fierce posture. Bending through those knees. Keep the pelvis tucked in. Sink a little deeper here. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactusing out the arms. Inhale, draw the fingertips into the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, releasing those hands into the earth. Drop the glutes all the way down. We're going to keep our knees bent and release that upper back all the way down into the mat, vertebra by vertebra. We're going to come into our bridge pose. So walk the heels up towards the glutes. And then on our inhalation, we're going to press the hips upward into the sky. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Clasp the hands underneath if you want to. And really round through the belly as you press those hip points into the sky, working to keep the knees towards each other. And breathing into that space. Exhale, release slowly, gently. Inhale, knees come into the chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze, rolling back and forth or side to side. Holding on to the right leg. Inhale, lift up through the left. Exhale, release that leg down into the earth, nice and slow. Reach out through the right arm. Left hand comes outside of the right knee. Pull it across, keeping the shoulders grounded into the earth, into the mat. And breathe into that twist. Untwisting the spine nice and slow. Knees come back into the chest. And taking a little bit of gentle movement here. Holding on to just the left leg this time. Inhale, lift up through the right. Exhale, release it all the way down. Reaching out through the left arm. Right hand comes outside of the left knee. Pulling it across the body for a supine twist. And then untwisting that spine nice and slow. Take the knees into your chest. Grasping onto the outside edges of those feet. Knees come into the armpits for your happy baby posture. And just finishing up your practice with whatever gentle movement feels safe and comfortable here. And taking a moment to take any last postures that you might need before we finish today. You need to come up, those legs in the air, come into your plow posture, rabbit. Taking any of those last postures that you might need. And then slowly and gently, whenever you're ready, releasing the legs all the way down, finding your final Shavasana posture, corpse pose. And just giving yourself permission to relax, to release, to let go, to unwind, to sink into the earth. As you find your breath. Equal length of inhalation to exhalation. Inhaling deeply, allowing that belly to rise up as you draw that prana all the way down. Exhaling completely, taking that navel point towards the spine. Today it will be over before we know it. And then the next one, and the next one, and the next one after that. So making sure that you are taking time to enjoy them. Each day, each moment, fully present, fully engaged, fully alive, interacting, exchanging energy. Really is the little things that keep us going. No matter how challenging life gets, it's the little things that keep us grounded, that keep us connected. I hope that you're always seeking out the joy and find gratitude even when life starts to feel like it's weighing you down. There's so much to be thankful for. We just have to open our eyes to see, resensitize ourselves to feel. We don't always have to be busy. We don't always have to be checking our email or rushing to the next thing. We can remind ourselves that it's okay and absolutely necessary to slow it all down. Take a break and enjoy nature. To turn off the TV and simply be together. To enjoy a game of cards. To ask our kids what they're wondering about. To call our parents. To watch the sunrise. We must never forget to enjoy the little things because they are never as little as we think. Take a moment to just swim in some of that gratitude from your life. To be in the memory of what is beautiful, what is sacred, what is worth protecting and uplifting. Allow that feeling to completely consume you, the bigness of that gratitude to consume your entire heart, and allow that flame to light up the entirety of your body. And carry that feeling for your life, for this life experience with you today off of your mat, reminding you of what's sacred, reminding you of what's worth protecting, and investing all of your time and energy that you possibly can in. And slowly and gently finding some gentle movement in the body by wiggling the fingers and toes, moving the hands and the feet, wrapping them around the wrists or the feet around the ankles, taking any gentle stretches, some cat stretches, or reaching those fingertips into the sky and pointing the toes in the opposite direction. Take the knees into the chest and rock and roll up into a seated position or roll over onto the right side in a fetal position to finish your practice. One more moment to sink into that feeling of gratitude and the beauty of your own life. This is the beauty. This is the big stuff. Pressing into the palm of the left hand whenever you're ready, drawing yourself up into that comfortable upright seated position and that easy seat. Finishing our practice today with 3 long set noms. I am. I am that I am. I am divinity. I am God energy manifest in a human form, experiencing all of the things that this world has to offer, this universe. Taking my hands in prayer pose, pressing the thumbs into the breastbone. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale to begin. Oh, excuse me. Gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. Nam. 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 Sat Nam. Namaste. The divinity in me honors the divinity in you, the co-creator, the manifester, all connected to the unity of the divinity that radiates from within each one of us.